How should we think about Trump accounts? How are you recommending our clients think about Trump accounts?
That's the question. I love it. Love it. How do we think about Trump accounts? So what are Trump accounts? Trump accounts are a savings vehicle for a minor, so age 18 and younger. They are an investment savings vehicle, meaning you put money in, it gets invested, and you get tax-deferred growth. So after tax money goes in, tax-deferred growth. Age 18 turns into a traditional IRA for the kid, meaning traditional IRA rules, take money out early, 10% penalty, plus income tax on whatever you take out. This thing can make it to 59.5, income tax when you take it out, no penalty. So it is, think of it, 18 plus, traditional IRA. Easiest way to think about it, this is a retirement account for your minor. How do I recommend people use these? I look at it two ways. I talk about parents and then grandparents or great-grandparents. I think there's a different calculus here. For parents, like I said, think about it as a retirement account for your minor. Big difference here. The new thing is they don't have to have income to put money away for their retirement. Versus a custodial Roth IRA, they have to have income to fund, which most minors don't have income. So this is saving for your kid's future retirement. So when can a parent do this? One, your retirement is on track. Two, if you want to fund your kid's education, that is on track. Three, if you want future money for your kid, but not education specific, look at a UTMA to put money into their name and grow it for their benefit into an account that they take over, which is when they take it over, it's a taxable brokerage account. So you're in the capital gains world, not income tax, not retirement account world. If you want to put aside any money to grow for them that you get to use on them, so first car, college, house down payment, young, you do not do a Trump account. I think for parents, you have to think, do I want to fund my kid's future retirement? And you ask yourself, am I on track? Is their education on track? Did I want to build up a separate bucket for them to get a UTMA? Did I want to invest for my kids in a separate brokerage account in my name that I'm like, hey, this is the extra, not my retirement savings, like to spend on kids' expenses as they grow up? If those are all checked, sure, go fund your kid's retirement. So a very high net worth strategy, very high income, putting away a lot of money, looking for tax deferred vehicles. Grandparents, great-grandparents, different story. I think the Trump accounts are a great wealth transfer vehicle to skip that middle generation and get money from grandparents or great-grandparents down to grandkids or great-grandkids. It allows you to take money you've probably earned in the market and pass it down into a way that maintains long-term investment horizon for them. So it bypasses the parents. You don't have to worry about the parents, and you can just go straight to giving to that second and third generation down into a vehicle that is locked up until age 18. So it gives you an avenue to save directly for the child, bypass the parent, and have wealth become functional 2 or 3 generations below you.
You talked there, you mentioned that it's locked up. Let's talk a little bit about the nuts and bolts of the accounts. No tax breaks going in.
No tax breaks going in unless you're an employer. Not self-employed. Self-employed doesn't get any tax breaks. Okay. It is a employer with a cafeteria plan.
Okay.
That's the only way you can get pre-tax money in. But it's after-tax funded. Just think of it as after-tax funded. I have money in my checking account, putting it into a Trump account.
And then it's locked up for 18 years.
Right. So it is the minor's money, but there's no way to access it until it gets converted into a traditional IRA, except for basically cases of disability. It falls into some different rules of how to move that into favorable accounts for that. But you cannot come to it at age 16 for somebody's car.
So then at age 18, when it just becomes an IRA, and then you're subject to typical IRA rules, early withdrawal penalties.
Yes.
Taxable income.
Yes. And your after-tax contributions give you basis in there to complicate the tax issue.
Yeah, love that. I mean, I think the highlights are parents, they can be used. It's not going to change a picture. It's not going to change anything materially. It's just an additional place we can put money. You think grandparents can use it because it's a good way to get money to your grandchildren for their benefit long term.
Right.
Which is a popular way that we see grandparents hand money down.
Yeah.
And then the tax savings are non-existent almost.
I mean, it's not a tax play.
Yeah.
You know, if you're looking for a tax play, this isn't it, or a tax pull one over on Uncle Sam, like this isn't it. It is, its best use case, I believe, is a wealth transfer from grandparents and great-grandparents down to grandkids and great-grandkids.
And then gives money 60 years to compound.
60 years to compound. Yeah. So, you know, the limit in 2026 is $5,000 of contributions. And $5,000 over 60 years makes a difference. Yeah. And so it is a way to really, you know, they are not going to exceed and understand this full benefit for decades. And so, you know, maybe the way to think about funding these and passing your money down is it is a legacy play. It is I am putting this back so that, I don't know, when they're 60 and retiring, they think about me, you know, who I haven't been around in quite a while. But my legacy of what I was able to set up and pass down to people, my legacy can still play out to my family through an account like this. That's easy to set up. It's going to be pretty easy to be administered, and gets the money into the hands of kids who need to learn how to manage their money and how to invest their money. And it does it in a friendly and educative way.
Oh, one last thing. I think talk through the Roth conversion option. That's been a planning strategy you've seen that you were interested in.
Yeah, I think this is the clever tax play on it. And this is in the weeds, so I'm going to need your help to clarify anything I miss. So putting money in after tax creates basis, meaning the government recognizes that money went in after tax, and they're not going to re-tax you on that when it comes out. So one idea is you fund a Trump account, and let's say it gets $50,000 of contributions and $150,000 of growth. So 25% is after tax, 75% is growth. The growth is all taxable. The basis is non-taxable. If you were to distribute that full account into your bank account, you would pay 10% penalty on the growth plus income tax on the growth, and that basis would come out tax-free. So here's the play. $50,000 of basis, $150,000 of growth. You have $200,000 in a Trump account. At age 18, you move that to the traditional IRA. $200,000 in a traditional IRA to compound for another 4 decades. It's cool. What is cooler, potentially, is converting that $200,000 from a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA, which you don't need earned income to do a conversion. You can do conversions whenever it's in a traditional IRA. So you convert $200,000, meaning $50,000 of basis goes over to Roth IRA for tax-free. You pay income tax on that $150,000. And now you have it in the tax-free retirement bucket with 41 and a half years to compound for their retirement. And you paid the tax bill when the kid was 18. And not you. The kid pays the tax bill. So if they don't have any income, they recognize $150,000 of ordinary income. How are they going to pay the tax bill? Gift your kids the money to pay the tax bill.
Yeah.
And now you've not only created a retirement bucket, you've created the massive tax-free bucket. Like we said, this is a high net worth strategy. It requires significant funding up front. It requires the funding for a significant tax payment at age 18, or a significant gift to your kid for the tax payment at age 18. But the prospect of getting, if somebody's 0 and you contribute $5,000 a year until they're age 17, and there's no growth, and it all stayed stationary, the prospect of getting almost $100,000 into Roth at age 18 for somebody,
it's pretty appealing.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Awesome.
Easy enough.